Erev Tov Rabotai. This Divrei Torah should be Nishmat Eliyahu ben Burcho Menuchato began Eden. Amen. I wanted to share with you a very powerful piece I saw over Shabbat in the Sefer Binyan Olam. The Sefer Binyan Olam is an entire book written about the mitzvah of Limud Torah. He has a very powerful, shaking piece in chapter 14, Od Daled. And he writes like this: Ve'af otam ha'anashim shelo azvu mekomam ve'lo kilkilu et bneihem b'darchehem. Even those people that they didn't leave the path, they didn't leave their place, they didn't destroy their children or the way. אבל כמה ביטול תורה ותפילה נגרם להם בכלל המותרות. How much bitul Torah, how much bitul tefillah was caused to them because of the extra luxuries in life. שהיו נאלצים לעבוד שעות מרובים ביום. They were forced to work extra hours during the day, many hours, ולפעמים אף בלילה, sometimes even overnight, כדי להרוויח כספים עבור המותרות, in order to make money for the extra luxuries in life. ונופצו לרסיסים כל קביעות העיתים לתורה שהיו להם. They shattered to pieces all the set times for learning Torah that they had. הן בבית מדרש והן ביחידות בביתם. The sessions in the shul, the sessions at home. וכל תפילותיהם וברכותיהם חטופות וכתופות. All their prayers are cut off short, they mumble, they read fast. והולכת ומתייבשת מהם הלחלוכית בענייני הרוחניות שרכשו להם בצעירותם בישיבה. And all that spirituality they acquired in their younger age in yeshiva dries out. והולכים ומתגשמים מיום ליום, and they become more materialistic day after day. וכן כמה בני תורה מחובשי בית המדרש עזבו תלמודם לחלוטין בגלל ששקעו בחובות עבור מותרות אדירה באריות וכדומה. How many בני תורה, people that spend time in yeshivot, they left their learning completely. Why? Because they were sunken in the debts that they had from their houses and from their furniture. וכן כמה מהם, how many of them, אף שלא עזבו תלמודם לחלוטין, even though they didn't give up their learning completely, עזבו למחצה לשליש ולרביע. They left half, a third, a quarter. ונעקר מהם חלק גדול מכוח חיותם בתורה ותפילה. A very strong portion of their life regarding Torah and prayer has been uprooted from them. ועורר אותנו על זה חפץ חיים בספר שם עולם חלק א' שער החזקת התורה פרק י"ג וזה שונות. החפץ חיים wrote a very powerful piece regarding this. רבותיי, והנה כאשר נתבונן היטב במעשינו נמצא, if a person looks into his actions very much, he'll see שבעוונותינו הרבים, in our many sins, דפי הש"ס פרוסים אצלנו על כותלי הבית. Pages of the Gemara are scattered on the walls of our house, or spread out on the walls of our house. וכן דפי משניות על הכיסאות היפים והשולחנות הנאים. Also pages of Mishnayot are scattered on the chairs and on the beautiful tables. וכן כל ההלכות שבתורה פרוסים על בגדינו היפים. All the halachot, all the laws of the Torah are spread out over our nice clothing. והבגדים היפים של אנשי ביתנו, and the clothing of our house, of our household, of our family. ולא תאמר כי ממשיל משלים אנוכי. Don't say, the Chafetz Chaim says, don't say I'm just saying stories to you. ונראה לעינינו הקורא את ברור דבריי. I will show to the eyes of the reader the clarity of my words. והנה במדרש משלי פרק י' איתה, it says in Midrash Mishlei chapter 10, ששואלים לאדם בעת הדין על הכל. When a person dies after 120, they ask him during the time of judgment on all. דהיינו, meaning על מקרא, על חומש, ועל משנה, על משניות, ועל ההלכות, על laws, ועוד כמה עניינים היו שם, and many more topics of Torah. Look over there in the Midrash. והנה, he says, behold, כיוון ששואלים לו על האדם על הכל, since they ask a man regarding all of his learning, מסתמה, it must be evident, ניתנו לאדם דעת מתחילה שיוכל להשיג הכל. A person was given the ability to obtain it all. How can the court ask us why didn't we learn Chumash and Mishnah and Gemara and Halachot if I didn't have the ability to? Must be the Chafetz Chaim says we do have the ability. וכאשר יתבונן האדם בעצמו בימי חייו יראה בעצמו שכמעט הוא חסר מכל זה. When a person looks in his own days of his life, he'll see that he kemát doesn't have any of this. ואף אם הוא יודע במקצת, even the little bit that we know. ידיעתו מועטת מאוד בש"ס וכן משניות ומדרש וכדומה. It's still very minute how much we know in the Gemara, how much we know in the משניות, how much we know of the מדרשים. וכאשר יוצא בעצמו להבין סיבת הדבר, even if a person tries to analyze what happened, what went wrong, אנה הלכו כוחותיו וזמן ימי חייו. Where did my strength, where did the time go? ימצא שהחליף את הש"ס שלו, דהיינו הכוחות והדעת שניתנו לו לזה, בדירה נעת של כמה חדרים. He'll find so scary, רבותיי, it makes you shake. A person will see that he traded in pages of Gemara, meaning his strength and his ability to learn it, for a nice house that has a few rooms in it. וכן המשניות וההלכות החליף בבגדים יפים לו ולכל אנשי ביתו בכל ימי חלדו. And the משניות and the halachot he traded for clothing for him, beautiful clothing for him and his family all the days of his life. הרי לך ברור דברנו. He says, you see very clearly from our words, שכוחותינו הניתנים לנו להשיג תורתנו הקדושה שבכתב ושבעל פה. The strength that God gave us to acquire the holy Torah, the written Torah, the oral Torah, הם כעת פירוסים על הכתלים והכיסאות וכדומה. Right now they're scattered on our walls, on our chairs, on our cars. שחלפנו בסכלותנו עולם עומד בעולם עובר. We traded with our foolishness an eternal world for only a passing world. ונתקיים בנו מה שאמר הכתוב, אכלו זרים כוחו והוא לא ידע. The pasuk is fulfilled on us that it says, foreigners ate his strength and he didn't know. דהיינו, meaning כוח החמדה והתאווה והכעס כילו כל כוחותיו על דברי הבל. The desire, the strength of the desire, the lust and the anger destroyed all of his strength on nonsense. והוא לא יתבונן על ההונאה הגדולה שיש במסחר הזה. He doesn't think about how much I'm being messed over. What kind of business deal is this? I'm trading all my strength for passing things that are nothing. והרי אנו דומים במעשינו, בעוונותינו הרבים. He says, what do we resemble? לפראים שבאפריקה שמחליפים כסף וזהב באיזה פרחים של מיני צעצועים. People in a certain area in Africa that they trade gold and silver for some kind of flowers that they use as toys. ורעיון כזה ממש נמצא במדרש שנעלם על רות. He says this idea is 100% found in a midrash נעלם על רות, וזה לשונו, this is what the midrash says. אמר רבי אלכסנדרי says, בשעה שנפטר אדם מן העולם, at the moment a person leaves this world, הנשמה והגוף עזים כחדה, the soul and the body leave as one, וכולי, עד כאן לשונו. רבותיי, that's the end of the piece that the Sefer Binyan Olam quotes. But to sit there and realize, read the words that he's saying. God gave us the ability to learn pages of Gemara, to learn Mishnayot, to learn Halachot. And what did we do? We traded that knowledge, we traded that strength for things that are only passing, for money that we'll lose eventually anyways, for items that eventually get ruined anyways, for things that don't really belong to us. This life is very momentary. It's only momentarily this life. It's not forever. These things that we have eventually are taken away from us, and we're pushed away from our positions of power, and we become old. Things that we were given strength to acquire, we trade for beautiful houses and beautiful cars. Not that we shouldn't live in comfortable houses and cars, but the extra that people do, they give up so much Torah that when they walk into their house, when a Chacham walks into their house, what does he see? Pages of Gemara on the wall, pages of Mishnayot on the floor, on the carpets, pages of Halachot on the tables and chairs, pages of Midrashim on the fancy cars. Rabotai, we have to remember what the primary is in life, what the keva is, and what is the arai. I said Toratcha keva u'melachtecha arai. Rabotai, take it to heart, accept upon ourselves 2 Mishnayot a day, 2 halachot a day, 15 minutes of Gemara a day to start, and B'ezrat Hashem, like that we increase, so that when Hashem asks us, did we use the strength that we were given for the Torah, we can answer that we tried and we continue to try. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen v'amen.